No, I can't show you no love, baby. Yeah, I am a boss in the cut, Mayday. Bubbles and these models it's popping, I tip it. Feeling like a boss right now, and you just took a loss right now. Dripping in the sauce right now. Get a sprinkle of my style. I'm about to lock down. Feel like in the real life, dripping on sauce in the good life. You shine, I shine, and ain't nobody gonna take mine. I just wanna be a boss. I will never ever fall. I feel like a boss right now. Talk to the man right now. Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Feel like the man right now. Your girl on my line right now. Oh, yeah, yeah.
Hey everybody, it's the Cup.
We are just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now a play fake here on first down. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate.
Eluding the pressure right. He finds an opening past the 40. It's caught by Mike Evans. And finally down at the 36-yard line. A gain of 39 that time.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. Winston now to throw on first down. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. And he's already got 2 catches on the opening drive. They know he's going to be a handful.
And sometimes you game plan for that offensively. You want to make sure that guy touches the ball, and sometimes it just happens naturally. And then you change your game plan. When he has the hot hand, you keep going back to him because he's running routes with confidence as the game goes on. On that play, it was the defensive front that won the battle. They out-leveraged the offensive line, got into the backfield, and held him to no gain.
Second down, Winston. Now they go screen. It's complete. He's to the 10. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Jacquizz Rodgers, 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bucs take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They're led onto the field by a man who needs no introduction, Ben Roethlisberger.
We talk so often about his physical attributes. Of course, the Big Ben nickname, his ability to take hits in the pocket, his ability to extend plays and get outside of the pocket. But how about this for efficiency? Top 10 in career NFL passer rating. He's one of the top 5 winningest quarterbacks in NFL history. That's pretty darn good.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. On your screen now, here are the offensive starters. At wideout, Antonio Brown is certainly someone that the defense always has to account for.
Without a doubt, a true #1 receiver. It doesn't matter to him how defenses want to cover him. He sees it as a challenge and knows how to defeat him.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10. Roethlisberger now off the bootleg. Now he'll turn and throw deep back to the other side of the field. And they went for a big play through the air on 2nd down. Couldn't connect. Now it's 3rd. Charles already trailing by touchdown early. Is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Now yet another incompletion here as they fail to connect on 3rd.
It's never a bad idea to try and get it to Antonio Brown, but it must be a little bit of the Madden curse going on for our cover athlete here. Hasn't been able to get that elite separation that we're used to seeing from him.
Now Roethlisberger. And this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move here on the opening drive of the game, and that will force a turnover on downs.
I don't know why you would do that. It's almost guaranteed points the other way. I mean, I get it if it's a late-game situation, maybe even 4th and inches. But, boy, that's a huge risk to take.
Yeah, now they're set up in prime position going the other way. Escaping the pressure right. Wide open receiver complete. And they'll get this down to the 10. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's 1st and goal.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double-team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
And Evans calls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans from 10 yards out. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern, and it was in the middle 3rd of the field.
And that's really difficult to do because ordinarily the safeties are back there to prevent that happening. But they found the opening and exploited it.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And now out come the Steelers. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like an I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. He's going to float a battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brent Grimes. And again the footwork. And he'll return this one just shy of midfield to the 49.
Oh, man, Brandon, not a real good throw that time. It looked like he tried to put a little too much air under this one, and it turned into a floater. And defensively, this is a dream. He could have fair caught that one. That was way too easy.
Following the interception, Winston. Flush to his right. And he'll lay out and pull it in. And what a diving catch there. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Winston steps away to his left. It's brought in by Adam Humphries. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
Well, Brandon, if we go back to our meeting with the offensive coordinator, he showed us his script. Didn't show us everything now. He said, here's the script for the game. I think everything's going according to plan in a big way. 3 drives, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that's about as good. That is as good as you can do, I guess. So, well done.
Yeah, well done indeed. Tremendous execution.
Santos with the extra point, and that makes the score 21-0. Pretty clear. Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Offense back onto the field. And he'll look to rebound from the early interception that led to 6 points the other way.
And when he threw the interception and he had to come to the sideline, I'll guarantee his first thought wasn't about the interception itself, but what could result. And I know he was thinking to himself, come on, defense, bail me out. Well, they weren't able to in this situation. Now he's got to go out and atone for it.
It's caught inside the 25. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Antonio Brown, 75 yards. And the Steelers are able to cut into that deficit. Now Mike Tomlin says, let's go ahead and go for 2. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down.
Now bad hit, and he lost the football. It's loose, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. He's at the 50, the 30, the 20. And can you believe this? It's 2 points the other way on the fumble return. Boy, that got pretty close to disaster. Going for 2, you cough it up. They almost returned it all the way to the other end for 2 for themselves.
You think a lecture on ball security is in order here?
Absolutely.
And it's not just taking care of it. It's what you just talked about. What can result when you don't take care of it? They almost gave up a score.
So out come the Bucs now. And the ledger for them so far looks pretty good, doesn't it?
It certainly does. Touchdown, touchdown, touchdown. Not sure it can be much better than that. They've got to feel very good about the groove that they're in at this stage of the game.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. An excellent pickup of 34 yards.
I don't know about you, but I feel like there's a little extra juice when you see Jameis Winston connect with Mike Evans early. And when they do it often, this team is really energized.
Well, Evans at 6'5", those long arms, that's so tough to defend.
And he surprises you with how fast he is because he looks like he's just loping along, and all of a sudden...
And the pressure gets there, and Winston goes down. Javon Hargrave with a great push up front. He picks up the sack and a loss of 8. Now a second down throw for Winston. And he's going to go down again. Cameron Hayward in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. Third and long for Winston. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Cody Sensabaugh. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they've got him blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
Big Ben and the Steelers with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. Roethlisberger. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked up by Lavonte David. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up first and goal.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
Rolling to his right. And it's caught. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Jameis Winston with his 4th touchdown pass of the afternoon. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead.
I know a lot of people look at these games and think, all right, this thing's done. Let's have some sportsmanship. Let's not try and score. You should never do that in the NFL. I've seen big leads blown, and teams that looked like they had a victory, all of a sudden we're going home with a loss.
Santos now to add the PAT. Santos able to tack on the extra point, and a rout is on here in this first half. Santos out now. He'll kick it away.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
First down.
So good field position for the Steelers as they come up 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He's going to look deep down. And Big Ben intercepted a 3rd time. Vernon Hargreaves with a pick. And he's able to get it back to the 41-yard line.
Partner's bad enough when you just can't hold on to the football. But when your quarterback's throwing it to the other team, that's 3 interceptions now, 4 turnovers for the game. You really have no chance to win the football game.
Jameis to throw it. Bringing it in, Jackson left side. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. A good pickup there at 22. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Now Winston. Over the middle to Evans. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Not only have they completed a couple on this drive, but they peeled off some pretty good chunks of yardage, too.
Absolutely. Great start. 2 nice plays in the pass game. Now can they continue to feed off that? First down, Winston. Binds, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Hayward in there to pick up his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction. Defense.
So step off the 5 yards.
Yeah, partner, you know, defensive end, he wants to get into the offensive backfield. He wants that get off to be as fast as possible. A little too quick on that one.
Now Jameis on 2nd down. Over the middle, complete. That's Evans. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. A familiar ring to that one. Winston to Evans for the Buccaneer first. And another Winston to Evans connection. Mike Evans, he didn't play football until his senior year of high school. He was such a good basketball player down in Galveston, Texas. But I think he's happy he picked football up.
I don't think there's any doubt about it. I would have loved to have been around those conversations. The head basketball coach, the head football coach. Since it was high school, maybe it was the same guy. You never know. And saying, I need this guy out on the field. But it's worked quite well for him. And Jameis Winston's so happy to have him on his squad.
And they've got the lead in this one because of those two. 2nd and goal from inside the 5. Winston. And this is caught by Jackson for a Buccaneer touchdown. Deshaun Jackson with his second touchdown in this opening quarter. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one. Still first quarter, 2 receiving touchdowns for him. How are they going to slow him down?
I think they're thinking about altering their game plan. Whatever they came in with, now maybe you switch a better cover guy to him. Or you make sure you have more people in his general area wherever he lines up to at least try and discourage them from throwing the ball to him.
Defense.
Santos with the extra point. And a rout is on here in this first half. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
Santos out now. He'll kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this.